Hi friends, welcome to Venki's channel. Today we will have a complete tutorial of OBS and we will also see the best settings for OBS. So first, let's see how to download OBS. You can download OBS by heading over to the website obsproject.com. This link is also available in the description and you can download it from that link. Here you can download it for Windows, Mac as well as Linux. So this is compatible with all the operating systems. Most of us have a Windows operating system, so we should click on Windows. The installation process is very simple. It's like every other program. There is nothing special in the installation. So let's jump ahead to the tutorial. First, let's open OBS. I'm recording this video with OBS. So to launch another instance of OBS, we have to right click on OBS icon in our taskbar and again we have to click on OBS. Here it will give a prompt that OBS is already running and it will tell that unless we meant to do this, we are not supposed to do this. Now I want to do this to show you guys everything from scratch. So let me launch it anyway. Now we can see that OBS has loaded. So let me show how it looks at the first. So it does not look like this at the first. It looks like this at the first. So here it will say you don't have any sources. Click the plus button below or right click here to add one. So before discussing how to use OBS, let's discuss why should we use OBS. There are three main uses of OBS. The first one is screen recording or any recording, and the next one is live streaming to many services such as YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, etc. So there are many services which we can stream to, and the last one is virtual camera. So what is virtual camera? So if we want our camera to look better when we are having video calls in Skype or Zoom, we can use the virtual camera. So if we want to have a background or if we want the screen and then the camera at the down, we can use the virtual camera. So whatever we create in this place will come in the camera. That is what is virtual camera. So first we have to decide upon which we are going to use. Are we going to use recording, streaming or the virtual camera? So based upon that, we have to go to tools and then auto configuration wizard. And then here we have to choose optimize for streaming, optimize for recording, or will be just using the virtual camera. I mainly use it for recording, so we should choose it whatever we want and then we should click on next and then we should do that and it will give the best settings. And now let me cancel it because I already have it. So let's click on plus here, which is getting highlighted. So with this we can add a source, and here if we click plus here we will add a scene. So we can have multiple scenes. For example, if we want to have one scene while screen recording, one scene while live streaming and other scene for virtual camera, we can create three different scenes. Now we'll be dealing with just one scene. So let's click on the plus icon here, and here let's discuss about all of these. Audio input capture is if we have multiple microphones attached to our device, we can choose this and add the appropriate microphone. Audio output capture is if we have a speaker connected to our device or computer, we can add that device by using audio output capture. And we all know what a browser is. We can add any website. And a color source is a rectangle with any color. And this is the most used one. Display capture means it captures our screen. And the next one is game capture. Game capture means it takes any full screen application, which means all games are full screen applications. So it grabs a full screen application and adds it. And the next one is image. So if we want to add an image at the bottom of our screen, we can use this. And the next one is image slideshow. So if we want to have a slideshow of images and we want to record that, we can use this. and then media source. Media source means a video. While the screen is getting recorded, we want a video to be in the center of the screen and getting looped. And the next one is scene. We already know what is scene, so let me cancel this. And after scene it is text, so we can add text also. And next one is VLC video source. Many of us know VLC media player. It's a player which can play many different video formats, and we can add a VLC video source too. And next one is video capture device. This is also one of the most used one. Video capture device means adding our webcam. And the next one is window capture. Window capture means if we want to capture any one window in our system instead of the whole screen, we can use this. And next one is we can add a group of these sources. And first of all, let's click on display capture because the most used purpose is screen recording. So here it will ask us to give a name, and let me give a name called screen. And here let me click on OK. And here properties for screen will get loaded. If we have multiple displays, means if we have a monitor attached, we can see all the displays here. Right now I'm dealing with only one display, so let me click on display 1, and here we can choose to capture the cursor or not. So if we off it, our cursor will not be captured. You can see in the preview that my cursor is not getting captured. So let's enable this and let's click on OK. So our screen will get added. You can see that at the corners and at the middle of the edges we can see squares. With that we can resize. So we can resize our screen through this. So we can drag this to resize our screen. So right now I want it in full screen. There are many tricks for this. So let me make it smaller and let me right click on this video. So many people want to keep their screen in the center horizontally or vertically. So we should right click and click on transform. So if we just keep our cursor on it, this menu will appear, and here we can rotate our screen 90 degrees clockwise or 90 degrees counterclockwise, or we can rotate it 180 degrees, and we can even flip it horizontally or vertically. And the next one is fit to screen, so we can fit it, and the next one is stretch to screen, we can stretch. These three are the most used ones. So center to screen means it centers the video completely to the scene. So let's make it bigger. So I'm adjusting the size to make it proper, and after adding our sources we have to configure the video settings. So there are two ways to launch the settings. One is by going to file and then clicking on settings, and here we have an option called settings here. So let's click on settings. While configuring our settings, we have to first go to video section at the left side. And then here we have to keep both our resolutions same for the best output, and I record YouTube videos, so the standard resolution for YouTube is 1280 by 720. So you can keep your own size here and then it will change to that particular resolution. So OBS is not only for screen recording. So for an Instagram recording, we can keep it a square which is 1000 by 1000 pixels. So here mine is already configured, and the next one which we care about is output. And let's go to output, and here I want recording. So there is nothing to change in streaming. If you are live streaming, keep it everything same. You can just go to these, but none of these are very useful. So here I kept the output mode as advanced, so it shows like this. First we'll keep simple because simple will be by default, and in recording we have to keep our path here, so where the recording will be saved. Here I want my recording to be saved to E drive and Venky's channel YT videos, so it shows like this. If you want it to save to some other folder, you can click on browse and select the particular folder, and here keep the recording quality as high quality. You can even increase the quality to index to visual quality and lossless quality. but we will have very large file sizes. I want high quality, so let me keep it high quality, and here keep the recording format as FLV or MKV, because those are very useful. If you keep the recording format as MP4, it won't be very good. So let's keep MP4. Here there is a warning. The warning says recording saved to MP4 or MOV will be unrecoverable if the file cannot be file merged. Example, as a result of BSODS, power losses, etc. If you want to record multiple audio tracks, consider using MKV and remix the recordings to MP4 or MOV after it's finished. So what it says means, if we record an MP4 or MOV and if we have a power cut and the laptop gets shut down, then we cannot save the recording. So the recording will be completely gone. But if we keep it as FLV or MKV, even if OBS crashed in the middle, the recorded part till now will be saved. So I consider using FLV because there are frequent power cuts in my area, and if OBS crashed due to any condition, my recording will still be there till that point of time. So let me choose FLV and let me leave the folder as same. And now let's go back to advanced here. And here let's go to recording. And here we have to keep the path again. So we have to keep the path in both the places, and recording format also should be same in both the places. So the setting which we have to change is rate control. By default the rate control will be CBR. We have to change to CRF. And here we have to keep it ultra fast, and the profile should be high. By default the profile will not be high, but we should keep it high for the recording not to be laggy. And now let's click on apply. So these are the settings which we have to change. And if you want a bit more control over OBS, you can go to hotkeys here. So here you can set up hotkeys. So for starting the stream you can keep a shortcut, and for stopping the stream we can keep a shortcut. I kept shortcuts for starting with the recording, stopping the recording, pausing the recording and unpausing the recording, because these are the ones which I use the most. And here you can read all of these and you can keep your favorite hotkeys. And if you also want to configure the advanced settings, go to the advanced tab here, and the one which is used most is process priority. So if we have a low end machine, we should keep the process priority as high, because other applications will also be taking our memory. So we want the process priority of OBS to be high, which means the process of OBS will be prioritized in our system. And you can go through all these settings and you can change them as per your wish. Right now I am satisfied with the settings, and let me click on OK. So this is the basics of OBS, and there is lot of advancement in OBS. We cannot cover everything in OBS in just one video. So let's discuss about a few more options. You can see the eye symbol here. So if I click on this eye symbol, preview will be turned off. Now we can see that the screen has disappeared. So if we want one source to be present but not to be visible, we can use this. We can turn off the preview. Now let me enable the preview back, and another option is lock. Right now you can see that I am able to move this thing, but if we want that we should not be able to move this thing, we can use lock. So now let me lock this layer. Now you can see that it's locked, so we can't move this. You can see that I'm dragging my cursor, but this is not moving. So let me keep it locked. And now let's discuss a few more things here. So now let me click on the plus in the sources, and let's click on window capture. And here it asks us to give a name. So if we want to add multiple windows, we can use this. So here let me add my OBS, which means the OBS window which I am using to record. Now let me click on OK. And here you can see that there is a drop down for window, and here we have to choose the window which we want. Right now I am unable to see it because that's also an OBS window, but if you have any other application open, you can use that. Now let me click on cancel and let me delete this layer. So how to remove a source? To remove a source, press the delete key on your keyboard, or another option is you can right click on the source and here you can choose remove. So let me choose the easier way by pressing the delete key. And here it will ask a confirmation, and here let's press yes, and it has got deleted. And let's learn about a few more features. The next feature is audio mixer. So in the audio mixer we can configure all our microphones and our desktop audio. I don't want to record my desktop audio, so here you can see that my desktop audio is muted. So if you click on this icon again, my desktop audio is unmuted, and we can also control our desktop audio. So let me keep the desktop audio back into mute, and the next one is our microphone. So if we have added an audio input capture here, it will show that also here. So let me configure my microphone or aux. For that, let me click on this gear icon, and we should go to properties, and here we have to choose the microphone device. I have only one microphone, which is microphone to high definition audio device. So here let me click on OK, and here we can control the volume of our desktop audio as well as the volume of our microphone. If we feel that our microphone is giving too high volume, we can reduce this bar here. And now let's learn about scene transitions. So if we want to have a transition between two scenes, we can use this. If we are dealing with multiple scenes, this is very helpful. And now let's learn about proper OBS layout. At the first, OBS will give this kind of layout as you can see here. All the options will be right here, but this is not very comfortable for us. If you get used to it, this will be comfortable, but if you are using OBS for the first time, this will be a bit less comfortable. So we should customize the OBS layout. For that, we can drag each of these boxes. So first let me drag the scenes box out of here. You can see that the scenes box has come out. So let me place it over here, and if we place it properly, here it will show a blue box. I don't want to place it here. I want to place it here where the blue box is getting highlighted. So let me leave my cursor, and now you can see that scenes has appeared here. So I have also placed audio mixer here. So audio mixer and scenes will be here. So we can switch between audio mixer and scenes as I'm highlighting here, and bottom of it is scene transitions. So this layout is very comfortable for me. The use of this layout is that the preview will be much larger compared to the previous one. So you can see that the preview is much better, and we can control the scenes and the sources much easier than we did before. So now let's discuss how to start streaming, how to start recording, and how to start virtual camera. So before that, we have to configure the stream key if we want to stream. If you stream to any service, that service will give you a stream key. So we have to go to settings, and then we should go to stream on the left hand side, and here we have to paste the stream key with the service gave us. And I don't want to live stream now, so let me just click on OK at the bottom. And to start recording, we should just click on the start recording button here. And to see all our recordings, we should click on file, and then we should click on show recordings, and it will open all our recordings. And We know that our recordings will be saved in FLV or MKV format. Many services do not support this format, so how to convert it? OBS provides an inbuilt converter, so we don't need to use any other third-party converter. For that, we should click on Remux Recordings at the bottom of Show Recordings. So let me click on it, and it opens Remux Recordings window. And here we have to click on the three dots, and then we should select the file, and then we should click on the Remux button here. I don't want to remux now, so let me just close this. Friends, hope you understood clearly how to use OBS in 3 different ways. Bye friends, see you in the next video.
We'll be right back.